Have you noticed how walking up the stairs feels a little harder than it used to? Or maybe bending down to pick something up from the floor takes a bit more effort than before. That slow creeping loss of strength. Well, many people over 60 feel it, but too often they just accept it as a normal part of aging. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. Yes, aging is natural, but losing your energy, your strength, and your independence doesn't have to be. You can fight back against muscle loss, what doctors call sarcopenia, and you don't need expensive pills, powders, or complicated routines to do it. Sometimes, the answer is right there in the simplest places. In this case, it's in fruit. Yes, fruit. Delicious, colorful, refreshing fruit. The right fruits can actually help protect your muscles, rebuild strength, and give you back the energy you thought you were losing for good. In this video, I want to share with you 5 powerful fruits that fight muscle loss and support strength after 60. These are everyday fruits, easy to find at your grocery store, and safe for most people, even if you're watching your blood sugar or your heart health. And let me tell you, fruit number 1 is probably already sitting in your kitchen, but you may have never realized just how powerful it is. So make sure you watch until the end, because that one might surprise you the most. If you enjoy videos that help you stay strong and healthy after 60, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to Health 365. Every tip I share here is made with care, just for you. Now, let's start with our very first fruit. Something creamy, something delicious, and something surprisingly powerful. The avocado. Imagine this. You spread some avocado on toast, or maybe you scoop it into a salad. You enjoy its creamy taste without thinking too much about it. But what if I told you that little green fruit is quietly becoming one of your strongest allies in the fight against muscle loss? Avocados are often called heart healthy, and that's true. But what many people don't realize is that they're also muscle healthy. Why? Because they're packed with special nutrients your body needs to keep muscles strong and flexible. First, avocados are rich in healthy fats, especially something called monounsaturated fats. Don't let the word fat scare you. These are the good fats, the kind that protect your body instead of harming it. One of their biggest jobs is reducing chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation like a slow-burning fire in your body. You might not feel it right away, but over time it damages your tissues, including your muscles. That's one reason why muscles get weaker with age. The good news? The fats in avocado help put out that fire, giving your muscles a safer environment to repair and grow. But avocados don't stop there. They're also loaded with potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium is essential because it helps your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough potassium, you may notice cramps, weakness, or even irregular heartbeats. Avocados also contain magnesium, another mineral that works alongside potassium to keep your muscles steady, smooth, and less likely to spasm. When these two minerals team up, they act like a support system for your muscles, keeping them ready for action. And here's something many people overlook. Avocados are rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant. That means it protects your muscle cells from something called oxidative stress. That's just a fancy way of saying wear and tear. Over time, daily movement creates tiny bits of damage in our muscles, and antioxidants like vitamin E help repair and protect them. Plus, don't forget the fiber in avocado. One medium avocado gives you about 10 grams of fiber. Why does that matter for muscles? Because fiber helps balance your blood sugar. When your sugar stays steady, you have more energy for walking, moving, and staying active. And that steady energy is key when you're rebuilding muscle. Let me tell you about Clara, a 72-year-old with a warm laugh and a love for her morning walks. She used to wake up with leg cramps almost every night. Her daughter suggested adding half an avocado to her meals. After a couple of weeks, Clara noticed something amazing. Her cramps were gone, she was sleeping better, and her walks felt lighter. Now, avocado toast with a sprinkle of lemon is her daily ritual. The best part? Avocados are incredibly versatile. Spread them on toast, mash them into guacamole, blend them into smoothies, or even make a creamy dessert like avocado chocolate pudding. And don't worry if you're watching your sugar or cholesterol. Avocados have almost no sugar, zero cholesterol, and plenty of the good fats that actually protect your heart. So here's the takeaway. Adding half an avocado a day could be one of the simplest, tastiest ways to fight muscle loss after 60. It helps reduce inflammation, prevents cramps, boosts energy, and protects your muscles from wear and tear. All in one delicious package. Now that we've started with something smooth and soothing, let's move to something bold, bright, and ready to chase away stiffness like an old friend, the tart cherry. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, stretch your legs, and feel that stiffness before your feet even touch the floor. Or maybe later in the day, your shoulders ache for no reason, leaving you feeling heavy and tired. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That lingering soreness, that cement legs feeling. It's one of the challenges that comes with getting older. But here's the good news. Nature has tucked a little secret inside a ruby red fruit that can help ease those aches and support your muscles. I'm talking about tart cherries. Not the sweet cherries you snack on in summer, but their slightly sour cousins, the kind often found in juices or dried form. These tart cherries are like tiny medicine chests from nature, filled with compounds that fight pain and protect your muscles. So, what makes them so special? The answer lies in something called anthocyanins. Don't worry, that word sounds complicated, but here's what it means. Anthocyanins are natural plant chemicals that give cherries their deep red color. But they do more than make the fruit pretty. They're powerful anti-inflammatories. Think of inflammation as that slow fire we talked about earlier. It smolders quietly in the body, damaging muscles and joints. Tart cherries act like water on that fire. They help calm it down, reducing soreness, stiffness, and the wear and tear that slowly chips away at your strength. But here's what's truly amazing. Tart cherries don't just protect your muscles, they help them recover faster. There have been several studies with athletes, marathon runners, weightlifters, people who push their bodies to the limit. Those who drank tart cherry juice before and after exercise had less soreness, less muscle damage, and bounced back more quickly. Now, you might be thinking, that's fine for athletes, but I'm not running marathons. And that's exactly the point. If tart cherries can help people who put extreme stress on their muscles, imagine what they can do for everyday activities like walking, stretching, or gardening. For older adults, this means less lingering pain after a walk, fewer stiff mornings, and more energy to stay active. One fascinating study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that runners who drank tart cherry juice for just 7 days before a long race had significantly less pain afterward. Another study from Oregon Health and Science University showed tart cherry juice reduced muscle damage markers in older adults, without side effects. That means it's not only effective, but also safe for seniors. And here's another bonus. Tart cherries naturally contain melatonin. That's the hormone that helps regulate your sleep cycle. Many seniors struggle with sleep, either falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early. A small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening has been shown to improve both sleep quality and duration. And you know what happens when you sleep well? Your body repairs itself, including your muscles. So tart cherries work double duty. Better sleep at night, stronger muscles in the morning. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Paul. He's 68 and used to complain that every morning felt like he was walking through mud. His legs felt like cement, stiff and heavy. At my suggestion, He started drinking a small glass of 100% tart cherry juice after dinner. Within 2 weeks, he noticed a difference. He was waking up less stiff, he had more energy for his day, and he even said, "It's like I gave my body permission to heal overnight." He now swears by his evening cherry ritual. The best part? Tart cherries fit almost any diet. Pure tart cherry juice is low on the glycemic scale, meaning it won't cause big sugar spikes if you choose the unsweetened kind. If juice isn't your style, you can try tart cherry capsules, dried cherries sprinkled on your oatmeal, or even blend a handful into a smoothie. So here's your takeaway. A small glass of tart cherry juice or a handful of dried tart cherries can ease stiffness, speed up recovery, and improve your sleep, all of which support stronger muscles after 60. It's a natural, safe, and tasty way to keep moving without pain holding you back. Now, let's move to a fruit that looks like a jewel box when you open it. Bright, ruby red seeds that sparkle in the light. You might have enjoyed them sprinkled on a salad or in a glass of juice. But did you know those tiny seeds can be a powerful ally for your muscles? Yes, I'm talking about the pomegranate. Imagine this. You've just finished a walk. Maybe you've been tending to your garden, or you've done some light chores around the house. You sit down, and instead of feeling energized, your muscles feel heavy, maybe even a little sore. That kind of fatigue is common after 60, but pomegranates can help turn things around. Here's why. Pomegranates are loaded with antioxidants, especially a group called polyphenol. Don't worry about the big word. It simply means plant nutrients that protect your cells from damage. You see, every time we move, our muscles create a little bit of stress called oxidative stress. Think of it like tiny rust spots forming inside your body. Over time, too much of this stress wears out your muscles and slows down recovery. Pomegranates help fight that rust, keeping your muscle fibers stronger and healthier. But what makes pomegranate stand out from other fruits is how it boosts your circulation. Inside those juicy seeds is a special compound that increases something called nitric oxide in your body. Again, sounds complicated, but here's the simple version. Nitric oxide helps your blood vessels relax and open wider. That means better blood flow. And better blood flow means your muscles get more oxygen and nutrients exactly when they need them. Why does that matter? Because strong circulation is like giving your muscles premium fuel. With more oxygen and nutrients, they perform better during activity and heal faster afterward. This is especially important for older adults, because as we age, our circulation naturally slows down. Pomegranate helps keep that system strong. Studies back this up. In one trial published in the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who consumed pomegranate extract before exercise had more endurance and less fatigue. Another study showed that pomegranate juice reduced muscle soreness and improved recovery times, even in people who weren't doing heavy workouts. That means it's helpful whether you're lifting weights or just lifting groceries. And there's more. Pomegranates are also known to reduce inflammation in your joints and muscles. If you've ever felt stiffness after sitting for too long, or soreness that hangs around after light activity, pomegranates can help smooth that out. It's like oiling the hinges on a door. It just makes movement easier. My friend George, who's 74, recently started drinking a small glass of pomegranate juice before heading out to his garden. He told me, "I feel more energized, I don't get as sore, and I even sleep better at night." He laughs and says it's like his muscles are happier, since he made it part of his routine. Another benefit? Pomegranates support your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells that produce energy. The healthier your mitochondria, the more stamina you have. And that means more energy to enjoy time with your grandkids, finish a day of chores, or take that evening walk without feeling wiped out. The great thing about pomegranates is that you can enjoy them in many ways. Drink a small glass of 100% pure juice. Just be careful, because juices can be high in natural sugars, so stick to 4 to 6 ounces a day. Or better yet, eat the seeds, called arils. Sprinkle them over yogurt, toss them into salads, or even blend them into a smoothie. The seeds give you fiber along with antioxidants, which is always a bonus for digestion and blood sugar control. So here's the takeaway. Pomegranates boost blood flow, fight muscle fatigue, and protect your muscles from wear and tear. They don't just help you heal faster, they help your muscles perform better in the first place. Now, let's turn to a fruit that doesn't look flashy. In fact, many people overlook it because of its wrinkled skin. But don't let appearances fool you. Inside this little dried fruit lies one of the most powerful secrets to protecting and even rebuilding muscle as you age. Yes, I'm talking about prunes. Most people know prunes as the digestion fruit. They've been used for years to help keep things moving in the bathroom. And while that's true, it's only part of their story. Prunes are so much more than a gentle laxative. They're actually packed with compounds that directly support your muscles, your bones, and your overall strength. Let's start with their antioxidants. Prunes are loaded with unique plant compounds like chlorogenic acid and neochlorogenic acid. Again, big words, but here's what they do. They fight inflammation and oxidative stress, the two biggest culprits behind muscle decline. Remember how we talked about oxidative stress being like rust forming on your muscles? Well, the antioxidants in prunes act like a shield, protecting your muscle fibers from damage. But here's where it gets exciting. Prunes may actually stimulate muscle growth. Scientists have discovered that compounds in prunes can activate something called IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor. This is a natural hormone in your body that tells your muscles to repair and build new fibers. In simple terms, IGF-1 is like a construction manager for your muscles, directing them to grow stronger. Studies have shown that extracts from prunes increase protein synthesis, the very process your muscles use to repair themselves after activity. That means prunes don't just slow down muscle loss, they may actually help you gain strength, even after 60. On top of that, prunes are one of the best sources of boron, a trace mineral that often gets forgotten. Boron helps your body use calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D more effectively. And those three nutrients are essential not just for muscle health, but also for strong bones. This is critical because as we get older, many people face not only sarcopenia, muscle loss, but also osteoporosis, bone loss. Prunes target both problems at once. And yes, let's not forget their famous fiber. Prunes are rich in soluble fiber, which keeps your digestion healthy, but also stabilizes your blood sugar and cholesterol. That means more steady energy throughout the day, no sudden crashes that leave you too tired to move. And better blood sugar control means your muscles get a steady supply of fuel. Let me tell you about my Aunt Helen. She's 76, sharp as a tack, but for years she complained about feeling achy after her morning walks. When I suggested prunes, she laughed and said, "Aren't those just for old folks with bathroom troubles?" But she gave it a try. 5 prunes every morning with breakfast. After a month, she called me, amazed. "I feel less achy. It's like I oiled my hinges," she said. Now she keeps a jar of prunes on her counter and swears by them. The best thing about prunes is how easy they are to enjoy. You can eat them straight from the bag as a sweet snack, chop them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or even mix them with nuts for homemade energy bites. They're naturally sweet, but because they have a low glycemic index, they don't spike your blood sugar like candy or cookies would. That makes them a safe and satisfying choice, even for people managing diabetes. So here's the takeaway. 5 prunes a day may help protect your muscles, support your bones, and even stimulate new strength. They're simple, affordable, and delicious, with benefits that go far beyond digestion. Finally, Let's talk about a fruit that almost everyone has in their kitchen right now. It doesn't look exotic, it doesn't have a fancy name, and you don't have to go searching specialty stores to find it. It's the simple, everyday apple. Now, you might be thinking, really? Apples? How can something so ordinary help my muscles? Well, here's the surprising truth. Apples contain a special compound that directly protects your muscles from aging. And the secret lies in their peel. That compound is called oxalic acid. Don't worry about remembering the name. Just think of it as the muscle protector. Oxalic acid is a natural plant chemical that's concentrated in the shiny skin of an apple. What it does is remarkable. It helps prevent muscle wasting and actually encourages your muscles to grow stronger. Scientists have discovered that oxalic acid can turn on genes inside your body that tell your muscles to hold on to their strength and even build new fibers. It's like flipping a switch that says, "Don't shrink, stay strong." This is especially important after age 60, because our bodies naturally start to lose muscle every year. Without support, that can lead to weak legs, poor balance, and difficulty doing simple daily tasks. Apples give your muscles an extra line of defense. But apples don't stop there. They also contain a good amount of quercetin, another powerful antioxidant. Quercetin helps reduce inflammation and improves endurance. In fact, studies show it helps muscles use oxygen more efficiently, which means you can walk farther, climb stairs with less effort, and feel less winded after activity. It's like giving your muscles a better air supply. And of course, apples are rich in fiber, especially soluble fiber, the kind that forms a gel in your stomach. This fiber slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream, giving you steady energy instead of spikes and crashes. That steady energy is exactly what your muscles need to keep going strong throughout the day. Here's a story I love to share. My neighbor Mary, who's 81, was struggling with balance and energy. She always had apples in her fruit bowl, but usually peeled them before eating. When I explained about oxalic acid in the skin, she decided to try eating one whole apple with a peel every afternoon. After a couple of months, she told me she felt steadier on her feet and had more energy for her gardening. She laughed and said, "I guess an apple a day really does keep weakness away." The beauty of apples is how easy they are to enjoy. Grab one as a snack, slice it into oatmeal, pair it with a little peanut butter, or chop it into a salad. Just remember, don't peel it. That's where the muscle magic is. If you're worried about pesticides, simply wash the apple well or buy organic when you can. So here's the takeaway. Apples are not just a sweet snack. With their peel, they provide oxalic acid to protect muscle, quercetin to boost endurance, and fiber for steady energy. They're affordable, available everywhere, and one of the simplest tools you can use to keep your muscles strong after 60. Now we've covered 5 powerful fruits: avocado for steady strength, tart cherry for recovery, pomegranate for circulation, prunes for bone and muscle protection, and apples for everyday endurance. Together, these fruits form a natural defense system against muscle loss, keeping you stronger, more active, and more independent as you age. So, my friends, we've taken a beautiful journey through 5 incredible fruits that can help protect your muscles and keep you strong after 60. We started with a creamy avocado, rich in healthy fats and potassium, giving your muscles steady fuel and preventing cramps. Then we moved to tart cherries, those little ruby-red gems that calm inflammation, ease soreness, and speed recovery. Next came the jewel-like pomegranate, boosting circulation and feeding your muscles with the oxygen they need. After that, we discovered prunes, the wrinkly little powerhouse that strengthens both muscles and bones while keeping your digestion steady. And finally, we ended with a humble apple, whose peel contains a secret compound that literally tells your muscles to stay strong and resist aging. When you look at these 5 fruits together, a pattern emerges. Each one plays a unique role, almost like members of a team. Avocado provides balance and steady strength. Tart cherry is the healer, soothing your muscles after use. Pomegranate is the energizer, improving your blood flow and stamina. Prunes are the protector, defending your muscles and bones from decline. And apple is the everyday guard, keeping weakness at bay with its powerful peel. Together, they form a natural shield against one of the biggest challenges of aging, muscle loss. And here's the best part. They're all simple, affordable, and delicious. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive powders. You don't need to follow confusing diets. You can find these fruits at your local market or grocery store, often year-round. With just a few small changes, adding half an avocado to breakfast, sipping tart cherry juice in the evening, sprinkling pomegranate seeds on a salad, enjoying a handful of prunes in the morning, and biting into a crisp apple with a peel, you can build a daily routine that supports your strength for years to come. Think about it this way. Every fruit you eat is like a small investment in your future independence. Stronger muscles mean fewer falls. Better circulation means more energy for walks, hobbies, and family time. Reduced inflammation means less stiffness when you wake up in the morning. And all of this adds up to more freedom, to move, to enjoy, and to live life on your own terms. I know many of you watching have felt the frustration of weaker legs, slower recovery, or fatigue that wasn't there in your younger years. And it can feel discouraging. But I want you to remember something important. It is never too late to take steps, literally and figuratively, towards strength. Your body is always listening to the choices you make. And with the right foods, you can send it the message. Stay strong. Stay active. Stay alive with energy. So here's my challenge for you. Starting tomorrow, add at least one of these 5 fruits to your daily routine. See how your body feels after a week, after a month, after 3 months. I think you'll be amazed at how such small, simple changes can bring noticeable improvements. Because at the end of the day, these fruits aren't just about muscles. They're about giving you the strength to keep enjoying your life, playing with your grandkids, walking with your loved ones, gardening, cooking, laughing, traveling. They're about staying you for as long as possible. So go ahead, fill your basket with nature's gifts. Let these fruits be your allies in health, and let every bite remind you that aging doesn't mean giving up strength. It means finding new, smarter ways to keep it. Stay strong, stay healthy, and until next time, remember, your best years can still be ahead of you.